Hello again everyone, Genghis here of course, and, well, after a way too long time, here is Rock to the Top, episode 3. Now, after the first two episodes were in the Batchat 25T, and I think a lot more will be in that tank because it's just very suited for this kind of a series, today I'm in the STA-1, and I think that might also be pretty interesting because, you know, it's not a very good tank, it's just an average tier 8 medium, and it's not a tier 10. So, yeah. Tell me what you think. Do you, not really care about what tank I'm in when I do these episodes, or do you find it awesome that I am in, some lower tier tanks and not the best tanks tier per tier? Or do you actually want me to show you, very powerful tanks and what I can do in those, like, for example, the A75 at tier 9 or whatever? Anyway, the STA-1 is a tier 8 medium tank. It's Japanese, and I guess not all of you know a lot about this line, and it's not that popular, so I'm going to talk about the tank real quick. It has very good gun impression. If I'm not mistaken, it's 10 degrees. It has a decent, tier 8 medium gun with 240 alpha. It's got a very nice penetration of 218 if I'm not mistaken. However, the gold ammo isn't that great as it is heat with only 270 penetration, which has a lot of disadvantages. Because, it's heat. Otherwise, rate of fire is pretty average, accuracy is pretty average. The whole armor is completely 100% inexistent. The turret armor is pretty bad, but you'll get a surprising amount of bounces. A bit comparable to maybe the Pershing turret, and slightly worse, I would say. Anyway, actually, I'm gonna pause it real quick. So yeah, Sand River, I play Assault. Maybe some of you don't, but I think it's a very interesting matchup, so I do. Anyway, we were on the defending side here on Sand River, and our team spread out pretty well. We've got two guys defending over there, one of them being a T-72, so he should be able to hold up a lot. We've got, a decent amount of tanks in this general area over there. A couple snipers, although you might argue that KV-3, T-29, and IS-3 are not the best snipers ever. So be it. And we've got the Independence and T-44 down here. And I wanted to join them. Like, my plan at the beginning of the game was to go down here or here and get up on either of these two roads here and, peek on people in the middle, peek on people over there, take out that guy, get inside shots wherever, get some spotting done and so on. However, the enemy team went very aggressively down here with 4 tanks. And on top of that, I have a Type 62 over here who, by itself is not much of a danger, but considering I've got, like, 0 armor, and he can pretty safely peek over here to get a side shot on me, I'm in a pretty complicated position. Like, crossing over here is just not an option. At the beginning of the game, maybe I could have done it, but I would have taken some damage. STA is not a very fast tank. So what I'm doing is I'm using this little position over here, this rock and the bushes here and whatever, to get some peeks and some snapshots and, shots in general on the enemies down there, while trying to keep this little building and whatever cover I can between the Type 62 and me. Basically, I figure that I'll do more damage in the end to general enemies than the Type 62 would do to me, as these enemies don't really seem to be able to anticipate my movement. However, I am now down to 761 HP, or in other words, a bit more than half. And on top of that, a Tiger P appears over there, and well, the Tiger P has got, a lot of disadvantages, but the gun is not one of them. And I don't want to be in a crossfire with him being able to permanently shoot me and the Type being able to poke on my side. So what I decided to do over here is I don't want to relocate. This building is not destructible, so that would give me some hard cover. I could get safe from the Type 62 more or less, and from the Tiger P because, he's not going to land a fire thanks to this. I've got this building between me and the Type, and now I can completely concentrate on the enemies in front of me. Now there's a bunch of destructible walls right here, so I can't actually spot right now. I'm just waiting for enemies to get spotted to maybe auto-aim them or, try and find a way to shoot them. There we go. I ricochet, but happens. Shooting through this many walls really isn't easy, and I really recommend you to use auto-aim, because auto-aim will aim through destructible walls, just like it will aim through not destructible buildings. And that way, there's no way you can use sniper mode to see the enemy, you won't see a silhouette, you won't see anything. I really recommend you just use auto-aim until the walls are destroyed. And then, when they are, like over here, you can just use normal sniper mode, aim your shot carefully, and put it in. I decided to move back into my kind of original position, because the Type 62 got taken out, and it allows me to get some nice crossfire on the IS-3, and also gives me the option to shoot the Tiger P when I want to. I get kind of lucky there, eating only a critical hit from the IS-3 when it shoots me in, well, when he shoots me basically, and I managed to put one shot into his turret roof, which is a weakness obviously, because to be honest he was positioning himself kind of well there, being held down and so on. You can see the Indian Panzer and T-44 failed getting him. Tiger P tracks me in the ass, but, well, I don't have a repair kit, but even if I had one I wouldn't use it. And the WZ-131 is also poking on me, but the situation is way better now. First of all, they lost 2 tanks down here, or even just 1, but they are not going to be that aggressive over here, so there's no danger of them, you know, peeking over here and getting side shots on me and so on. And I can now concentrate on the Tiger P in front of me. I'm trying to use this bush in front of me right here, but it's a really tiny bush in all honesty, and I guess my huge ass cupola is sticking over it. But yeah, I managed to, how should I say, outplay, outshoot, snapshot the Tiger P, getting 2 nice shots into him, while only eating the one in return I ate at the very beginning. I am, however, as you see, now on less than 400 HP, which means I am a 1-shot for the Borvik and the Jack Panther 2, and a 2-shot for literally every other tank in the game, except maybe the WZ-131. With the enemies now push back over here into these retrenchments in the back, although it does look like a T-44 is in a really bad position, it allows me to cross over here, what I wanted to do at the beginning, get up over here, and then I can, well, either I can peek on this, how should I call it? This is annoying me, okay. Either I can peek right here, and use these bushes and rocks to get side shots on people down here, and the Tiger P by the way, or I can, you know, just do what the Lorraine's doing, peek over here, use my good gun impression, go over, snapshot, and fall back. Score is now 5-4, but we do have a pretty decent HP advantage, so the game does look pretty good, but it's far from one yet. And yeah, as you see, I'm just going up here trying to get the Tiger P out. He gets unspotted, so I just hold the right mouse button for the reticle to stay still, and shoot again, not expecting him to move, and manage to take him out. Now I'm trying to get the gun impression to shoot the Borvik. I get a bit lucky there, the T-44 drives in the shot, and I take him out instead of damaging the Borvik more. We do have a T-71 up north, but he's kind of in a very weird position. And I have to be kind of careful because, as you see, I'm on 300 HP or 370 HP, and there's still a Lorraine and a Tiger who were last spotted over there. And there's also still an RT. So, yeah, you know, it could happen, like, well, if I would decide to go too aggressive over here and get side shots on that, if the Lorraine would start peeking on me in that exact moment, I would pretty much die instantaneously. Also, the Borvik, which is down there, does one-shot me, and the Borvik is pretty damn good at snapshotting. So, I have to be careful, as I said. I managed to get a shot into the Borvik after he fires, and followed up with a shot in the Yak Tiger, who might also set on fire and take out that way. However, I'm now kind of lonely against that Borvik and T-32 below me, and I really don't want to risk 18 shots from them. So I'm just going to stay up here, wait for our Borvik to go up on the other side, get a crossfire, or at least make him proxy spot them, or spot them in general, which then allows me to go up and shoot them. And they were kind of expecting me to poke, but as you saw they weren't exactly pre-aimed, which allowed me to use my snapshotting. Try and get a snapshot to the Lorraine. I'm kind of, you know, scared of him because, well, he does have 300 alpha and an autoloader. But I see him not aiming at me, which allows me to go out, put a nice shot into him. And I notice he's still not really aiming at me, so I just go out, take my time, aim carefully, and finish him off. What do I think about the STA-1? Well, I finished my grind to the Type 61, what, 1 day ago, 2 days ago? And I enjoyed the STA-1 as much as you can enjoy a tier 8 medium, which is not a Pershing or a 416. Like, it's definitely a decent tier 8 medium, but in general, in my opinion, tier 8 mediums are just crap. There is Object 416, which is ridiculously OP. There is a Pershing, which is also a very, very good tank, if you spam gold in it, that is. And the STA is kind of weird because it tends to be better than a Pershing, which is shooting AP, because it's got way more AP pen, but way worse than approaching shooting gold. And, well, you know, I do shoot gold when it gives me such a massive advantage. Otherwise, though, it's not a horrible grind, and if you want to get a STB-1, it's definitely a tank you can play. But it's not the kind of tank I'm going to keep in my garage because I love it. Like I might with some other lower tier tanks. Such as the 4 and 6 or the Jack Panther 2 or E25 or whatever people's preferences are. Now I know this wasn't the most close and fascinating game ever, although it was pretty close and fascinating when I was playing it, to be honest. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I hope you learned something. It has been a while since I did the other videos. I've rocked to the top, however it doesn't mean the series is dead. I've just been kind of busy. Please tell me in the comments how you found this episode, if you find it kind of lacking, not very, you know, more like just a random replay than very instructive. And yeah, hope to see you next time. But before that, I'm going to show you the post-game stats real quick. Shall we? So, as you can see, I was top XP of both teams with 1,646 raw XP. I did 5,460 damage, only a little bit of spotting. What you could note is that, although I didn't move a lot around the map, I did travel 2.28 kilometers. Which basically means I did a lot of, you know, driving forwards 10 meters and backwards 10 meters and relocating a tiny bit, as you saw at the beginning of the game, or actually during most of the game. And that's really important, like, never poke in the same position twice. That's actually probably the biggest lesson of this. Never poke in the same position twice, and even if you have the option, just keep poking on different enemies and they will forget you. Even if it's just 50 seconds in between, yeah? You shoot them, then you drive away, you shoot someone else, they see, okay, he's not shooting me, you come back, shoot him again. Really, really works out well against not very good players. Like, top players will always have the situation awareness to see you when you come back to them, but 95% of the players won't, and it really gives you a huge advantage if you just keep moving around as much as you can. So, yeah. Was it 2,716 XP, not double, just with premium account, and I guess some kind of a mission? Interesting. And, yeah. Oh yeah, probably those, you know, booster packets, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the replay, and I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.